As I'm looking out this window, I forever dream I can shine a light up on everything. They say the obstacles are easy, but it never seems like it. No, I think about the times I was another teen, just trying to make it in this rugged scene. The lights was always red, hoping to see a green inside it. Go. I remember all the times I wasn't happy here, hiding all my demons as they fought me on that battlefield. Naked as a newborn baby in this atmosphere. Now I practice daily on my talents that I had for years. Greatest, I will be the greatest. You can't take that from me, and I promise they gon' hate it. But I'm not a dummy, I'm just hungry for my plate. Why they acting funny? Let them know that I'll be waiting. Know that I'll be waiting. Like hello, hello, hello. Dreaming just awake to a beautiful light, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Not a fly during the day, but a star by night, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. I take what I can take, and I start to fly, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Now they see the glow when they do the most. Glasses raised high, now let's make a toast. I never thought that I would be amongst these folks. I never thought that I would ever be approached. Now when I fly, I don't sit and coach. I'm up here with some guys here that's love to boast. They really seem happy, but I do not know. For all I know, inside that dying life's on the ropes. Oh, I know it sounds astounding. And even though I'm fly, I'm still grounded. And every day I try to stay mounted, because this life can pass you by. You're now drowning, trying to swim up for air. You're trapped and can't get it. Trying to see who care, they reach it but can't grip it. They look at you and stare, and there is when it hits you. You came up from nothing, they wasn't meant to. But I'm here. Hello, hello, hello. Dreaming just awake to a beautiful light, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Not a fly during the day, but a star by night, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. I take what I can take, and I start to fly, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Dreaming just awake to a beautiful light, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Not a fly during the day, but a star by night, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. I take what I can take, and I start to fly, yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello.
I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, happy, I'm happy, happy. Hold up, wait a minute, what's that feeling? It's like my troubles finally leaving. Oh no, I can't believe it. I'm happy, 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 yeah. Ain't nothing gonna wipe this smile from off my face. Ain't nothing gonna bring me down, no way. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, happy, I'm happy, happy. There ain't a rain cloud in my blue sky. Ain't no worries 'cause they all said bye. I'm gonna ride this mountain wave high. I'm happy, 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 yeah. Ain't nothing gonna wipe this smile from off my face. Ain't nothing gonna bring me down, no way. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, happy, I'm happy, happy. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, 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 yeah. I'm happy, happy, I'm happy, happy. just let's get it. Have you been on a plane? Let me buy you a ticket. I be going insane, but I handle my business.
Can we say goodbye to reality for a minute, just for a minute? Cause there's always somewhere else I would rather be. I'm never finished, so can we live it like we used to? Watching the sun come up, don't hit me off as much. It's the thought of us on the run. So if you look up, you can see the water past the border from high up in these clouds. Baby, don't wait for love to shoot you down. You know you're happy now. You got the high ground, ground, ground. You got the high ground, ground, ground. Baby, don't wait for love to shoot you down. You know you're happy now. You got the high ground, ground, ground. Freeze the frame when you're asking me how I'm feeling. I was bad till you reached out. Little things like that got me turned around. I'm better now, but watching the sun come up, don't hit me off as much. It's the thought of us on the run. So if you look up, you can see the water across the border from high up in these clouds. Baby, don't wait for love to shoot you down. You know you're happy now. You got the high ground, ground, ground. You got the high ground, ground, ground. Baby, don't wait for love to shoot you down. You know you're happy now. You got the high
inside. So fill your heart with pride and let your light shine brightly, yo, don't hide. You're a work of art, unforgettable and off the charts. I can't pick a favorite part, cause everything about you is the key to my heart. Alright. That's right. Come on, come on. Dang, diggy, dang. Diggy, diggity, dang. Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Hey. You got a marvelous vibe, and I know it starts from inside. So fill your heart with pride and let your light shine brightly, yo, don't hide. You're a work of art, unforgettable and off the charts. I can't pick a favorite part, cause everything about you is the key to my heart. Alright. Come on, come on. Dang, geeky, dang. Alright, okay. Hey. Alright. Come on, come on. Dang, geeky, dang. Alright, okay. Alright, okay. Hey.
Good evening, and welcome to tonight's exciting virtual countdown to kickoff event to support Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Missouri. My name is Ann Merrifield, and I have the honor and pleasure of serving as the executive director of this fine organization. Thank you for joining us. This event looks a little different, but the purpose is the same, to support one-to-one mentoring relationships that ignite the power and promise of youth in mid-Missouri. Now, I'd like to introduce the person that made this evening possible, Drew Bennett, our development manager.
Thanks, Ann. We are so grateful to have you join us for the 20th annual Countdown to Kickoff. As you may have noticed, we are hosting you virtually to ensure the safety of everyone in the community. But rest assured, we still have a great evening ahead of us. We have several mentors and mentees to introduce you to this evening, starting with Angel and her three boys, Jaden, Deshaun, and Tyree, all of whom have benefited from the power of mentorship found through Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Missouri. We also have interviews with 3 different matches who talk about their relationships, what it's like to be a mentor, and the positive impacts mentoring has had on their lives over the past several years. That will be followed with a word from our executive director, Ann Merrifield, who will introduce Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Missouri's Match of the Year, Joe and Zane. Oh, and don't forget, stay tuned for a Q&A with Coach Eli Drinkwitz, brought to you by KOMU's new sports director, Ben Arnett. As the upcoming season is rapidly approaching, we wanted to take a few moments to get to know Coach Drinkwitz. During the interview, Ben and Coach Drink will discuss his decision on joining the Mizzou football family, who were some of his most influential mentors, his favorite Columbia restaurants, and any advice he has for a young person trying to figure out their purpose in life. Throughout the evening, we will continue our silent auction, so be sure to check out some really exciting items, like the framed Patrick Mahomes signed Arrowhead Stadium seat, a cooking class with Beatbox's very own Chef Ben Hamra, and a St. Louis Cardinals experience for the 2021 season, which includes 4 box seat tickets, on-the-field access for batting practice, and the rare chance to throw out the first pitch, along with several other great items you won't want to miss. Remember, The auction ends at 8 p.m. tonight, so be sure to lock in your final bids before it's too late. Now, without further ado, it's my pleasure to kick off the evening with Angels Angels. Enjoy.
I'm a single mom of boys, and it's hard, raising boys by myself. I want to try my hardest to teach them how to be good men, stand-up citizens. It's the hardest thing. Want them to have somebody to hang out with, go fishing, and do things that mom just doesn't do, When you have one parent, we are the nurturer and we are the disciplinary. And sometimes, you don't want to go talk to the person that just grounded you 2 weeks ago, I'm one of those parents where I feel like it takes a village, a community to raise children. Andy does some of the most craziest things with this kid. He's been dirt biking, four-wheeling, fishing, canoeing. Jaden's a little rough around the edges. He's the youngest boy, so he kind of needs a little nudge sometimes, and Andy's great with that.
I was always a big dirt bike rider, so he's got a little 50cc dirt bike and, wheels around everywhere on it. Go-karts, hiking, climbing. He enjoys just about everything.
My middle son, Deshaun, he is my teddy bear. He's the quiet one. When he got his big, he just seemed just to be a lot happier and more talkative. Tanner and him were inseparable.
Deshaun likes being active. He's always running around everywhere, so we come to parks like this, places where we can just run around and let out some energy. Most rewarding thing is just to see him growing up, developing into a young little man. He's really fun to hang out with. He always says something entertaining. We were talking about tarantulas on the way here. He was asking if they were real. You can buy them in Columbia.
Yeah, who would want to buy a tarantula?
Yeah.
It's going to be dirty. It's going to stink. And what you going to feed it? You ain't going to just pick up some crickets. Unless it was a cicada eater.
A hard time finding all those crickets, huh?
Yeah.
At first, he was the only person I could beat in a game of basketball, but then he turned 8, and now he kicks my butt every time.
I had my first son, Tyree, right after high school. I won't say I was headed down the wrong road, but I wasn't going down the best path, and he kind of pulled me away from that, so. He's had 2 bigs. Unfortunately, they didn't work out. Neither of the bigs committed to the year, and that took a toll on him.
When I didn't have a big, I was jealous of my brothers. I was really upset. I didn't understand why they didn't want to hang out with me anymore.
He was kind of down for a while and upset, but thankfully we have other bigs in the family that kind of help with that. So if you're going to be a big, be dedicated.
I had a great childhood. I had a great grandpa, great parents, and everything just came second nature to me. And the more I'm around other people, I see that not everybody actually got that. Probably everybody that's thinking about doing it is telling themselves that they don't have time. And we don't have any extra time to do anything. I work 60 to 80 hours a week, but it's just, there's always a couple extra hours, especially when you really think about who needs it. Do I really need to fix this car? Do I need to wait on this person, or do I need to, come see my buddy?
Andy, he has gone above and beyond, I think, the expectations as a big. Andy has seen Jaden one day a week, every week. If every child could have a big like Andy, like life would be great because he's the definition of a big brother.
Just right.
That bond, that relationship, that is a big deal to these kids. You know, they look forward to these moments and these times that they have with their bigs. In some cases, that's the only time that that child has to do other things and have fun because mom may not be able to afford to do these things, or she may not have the time to because she has other children. And sometimes bigs have to fill that void.
You know, I couldn't even imagine not doing this now. You know, if just what would I spend a few hours a week doing different? I just couldn't think of anything.
I don't see Jaden and Andy's relationship ending anytime soon. I see Andy at graduation, I see him at birthday parties, everything, because that's how close their bond has gotten. I have these bigs, it made me happy, it made me feel like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders a little bit. You know, I'm not really doing it by myself anymore.
Gentleman there in the red shirt is Tyree. Tyree, this is going to be your big brother, Hamilton.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Hey, bye. Thank you for interviewing my brother and his big.
I can't see it.
What has Elijah taught you?
Elijah has taught me definitely get better at basketball because he's pretty dang good. And I think he's taught me just like be yourself. He's always himself, no matter like whoever he's around, whether it's mom or me or his friends, he's the same person. So
That's cool. And so what does it mean for you to be a big, and why did you volunteer?
I want to do something that would maybe help someone else, make a difference. And like I said, I didn't have a brother growing up, so I thought that would be cool to just have a brother to be able to do things with and be there for. So.
What does it mean to have Jacob in your life?
What's it mean?
Like, is it important to you to have Jacob in your life?
Yeah.
What has he taught you? Has he taught you anything? You've taught him how to play basketball. What has he taught you?
He taught me how to be respectful and like always like don't be someone else. Act someone else like someone else when you're around different people. Act the same.
That's good. And so then what is your favorite thing about Jacob?
His hairline. Oh my gosh. Come on now. Okay. His football skills.
He's good? Very
Not
good.
better than me.
Oh, no, not better than you. That's good.
Anything else.
So then what would be your favorite story of you and Jacob? Do you have a favorite story or a favorite time together?
When we went to Cardinals game
That's your favorite one?
and when we went to Worlds of Fun.
Those are good ones. I'm a little jealous about the Cardinals games, so.
All right, your turn,
AJ.
Mister.
Now, tell me who your big is.
Brett.
Brett, and how long have you guys been matched together?
Since I was in 4th grade.
4th grade, and how old are you now?
14.
14.
Oh,
Wow.
see.
So a while. Yeah. So what do you love most about Brett? Or what is something that is your favorite thing to do together?
He's really into like superheroes and stuff, and I like superheroes too, like Marvel and stuff. And we go watch movies sometimes, like Marvel movies and stuff, when they first came out before COVID hit and stuff, and that was really fun.
That's cool. Has there been anything that you have taught Brett? Do you know if you've taught Brett anything?
He got swag from me.
He got swag from you? You taught him some swag? That's good. Now, what have you learned from Brett? Have you learned anything from Brett?
Just to always be myself and to be responsible and make good choices and try to do my best at everything. And that I always know he's in my corner no matter what. So.
That's awesome. And so what would be one of your favorite stories you and Brett have done together? A funny one or just your favorite?
He's always been support. He's tried so hard to be supportive because we don't really see each other a lot. So he tried every time I have games like in Jeff City or Lynn area over there. He always comes to my games, and he actually surprised me and came to one of my games a few weeks ago when I was in Lynn, and that was really nice.
That's cool. Did you win?
Yeah, we got first. Yeah, we got first.
That's awesome. Is there anything else you guys would tell someone to become a big?
This is my big too.
Wait, but what if they don't have that?
What would you tell? Well, I would tell someone that it's a very rewarding experience and it's just a good thing to do, and like there's a lot of kids that could benefit from it. So I think so. What would you tell someone to like be a big brother to someone else? Would you tell them to do it?
Yeah, because it's like fun. It's a lot of good opportunities and stuff to do good things and do fun things together and stuff.
That's awesome.
What about you?
Huh?
Oh, would you tell someone to be a big brother to someone?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's fun. And as a little kid, especially if you don't have people to hang out with, it's really fun and if you don't have places to go, you can go places and meet new people. You know, when you go to the like Christmas party and stuff and all the events and stuff, it's just really fun.
How long have you guys been matched together? Say, do you guys remember when you got matched together?
You remember? That's about it. I don't know. No. November 2018. So almost 2 years.
Yeah.
It was before Thanksgiving.
Oh. Yeah.
And I was just born. She's a little baby. She was like a little baby. Yeah.
I say, how old were you, Madison, when you were matched? How old are you now?
I'm 14 now. Mm-hmm. So I think 12.
12? Yeah.
Oh, so young.
I like it. So what are some of your favorite things to do together?
I think hiking. Mm-hmm.
Hiking? Very nice.
Go hiking a lot.
Where do you guys go hiking? Just anywhere? Or you have a favorite spot?
Yeah, we just go to all the different trails. Last year for spring break, we went to Hahatonka. How
has COVID changed your guys' relationship? Since you've been together for almost 2 years, how has this last 6 months changed things for you guys?
COVID was rough. Mm-hmm. It still is. Yeah. So,
yeah.
We just got a phone, so hopefully that'll make.
Yay! That's exciting.
Made it more challenging because it was like everyone's quarantined, so it's like we couldn't just get together like we normally would.
So, what does it mean to have Madison in your life?
Oh, she's honest. She's like my little sister, honestly. Yeah. Like she just like, I don't know. I don't even really think of her as like my little, like she's just a part of my life at this point. And it'd be weird not to have her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
That's awesome. What is something that Madison has taught you over the last year and a half?
So I guess really to live life to the fullest and just like just don't care, like not don't care, but like about like other opinions. Just like she's very carefree and very much like I'm gonna live. And it's fun to see how much she enjoys having fun, and because you don't have to take life so seriously all the time.
I was going to say, so Madison, what does it mean to have Nessa in your life?
It means that, because I look up to her. I do. She's like, I mean, she is my big sister, but I don't count her. Like, she doesn't count me as her, little sister. But it feels like that I actually have someone to look up to who, like, cares about me, just like my mom, but, like, who actually forces me to do things. So...
Good things to better yourself. That's good. Now, what is something that Nessa has taught you? Is there anything that you remember of kind of things she's taught you?
To keep trying. So don't give up and to be responsible. So, because I used to not be responsible about my grades, but she's helped me a lot.
All right. Madison, now you tell me your favorite story about a time you and Nessa were together. What would be your favorite? Or if you have more than one, you can tell me more than one.
All of them were good. I cherish all of them. So they're ingrained in my brain. So I can't really pick a favorite, but if I could pick one, it would be hiking. The first time we went hiking.
That was the first time we got together. That was the first thing we did was go hiking.
I was saying, and so you guys just love being a part of our program.
We do.
Especially because I'm like the oldest one in my family. So it's kind of hard to, because I don't want to follow my mom's footsteps. So I kind of, follow in someone else's. So,
That's great.
It's hard, like, whenever you're, like, the oldest sibling and it's like, oh, I have to be the role model for everyone. But, like, this gives her a chance, like, to not have to be that role model and to be able to just, like, be a kid fully.
Less pressure. So.
Well, I really appreciate you guys doing this for us. So.
Yeah, of course.
Anything else I can do for you guys while we're here?
No.
Apparently, we're going to go talk about some boys.
Oh, then. Well, then.
Did I embarrass you? I'm sorry.
Do you remember how long it's been since we've been matched? Think about it. I had to think about it too. It was second grade, and you were
4
still
years.
at Shepherd. So
Same.
close, yeah, right? I think it's been like 3.5.
Oh.
So that's a long time. Yeah. So what are some of your favorite things that we do together?
You mean like some things that we've already done, or have we done in like the past week?
Yeah, just anything that we've done together.
Sky Zone, kayaking, wait, did we go bowling?
Yeah, we went bowling a few times.
Oh, bowling.
Cool.
The thing that replaced laser.
Oh yeah,
thing.
what's that place called again? Level Up. Yeah. We only got to go there like once before the pandemic hit, so
Yeah.
hopefully again sometime soon. Well, those are all my favorite things too. I think going to Sky Zone was probably my favorite until we started kayaking. I really like doing that.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah. There's also a question about how COVID-19 and the whole pandemic has kind of changed our relationship. What would you say has been the biggest change since the pandemic hit and how we meet?
How it would be better, or
Just how our relationship has changed, just overall, since the pandemic started.
we can't see each other often.
Yeah.
You actually have to like ask, I think, to see me. That sucks. I think that's about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of considerations because, you know, you have a family, I have a family, and we need to keep our family safe, right? So there's a lot of things you have to think about now that you didn't have to before. So I got asked, what does it mean to have Ronan in your life? So what I said was that I grew up with two sisters and never had the opportunity to be a big brother. So kind of having you in my life gives me the chance to have that relationship, which is really cool. I never really got to have a little brother. So, you know, it's fun that I get to show you things that I think are cool and, you know, watch you enjoy or learn new things. And so that's pretty cool. What has Ronan taught me? I think when we get together, we take having fun pretty seriously.
Yes.
Yeah. I think a lot of the time I spend, you know, working or doing boring adult stuff. And so hanging out with you reminds me that having fun is just as important and you need to make time for fun too. So I think that's an important lesson I've learned from you. What does it mean for you to be a big, and why did I volunteer? So I actually, I think you know this, but I started working at Big Brothers Big Sisters when I was a student at Mizzou. And so since I was working there, part of my job was being a big myself. And so I got interviewed just like all the other bigs, and I went through that whole process, and, you know, we got paired up, and, you know, the rest is history. It was kind of fun serving with Big Brothers Big Sisters because I got to find other littles and other bigs and put them in relationships, you know, just like we have. And I think being a big just helps me feel connected to the community, and honestly, it's just a lot of fun. So that's why I do it. And then I guess, do you have a favorite thing about me or hanging out together?
Having fun with you.
All right. Cool. Yeah, me too. All right. Well, that's pretty much it for the questions. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
What day is it?
It's Monday, August 17th.
Thank you.
The first thing I see in the morning when I come into the office is a sign that reads, "Changing lives for the better forever." At Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Missouri, that's what we do. So before I say anything else, I want to say thank you. Your support of Big Brothers Big Sisters is changing lives for the better forever. I'm not going to lie, this year has been challenging. We've had 2 leadership changes in the last 12 months, leaving our 2 managers to serve as co-interim executive directors from March through May, coinciding with the beginning of the pandemic. COVID-19 caused us to enact a remote work plan from March through May. School-based matches were unable to meet in person once the schools closed, and community-based matches had to meet virtually, if at all. Our mentors have had to get creative during this time. Whether they're playing a video game, jumping on Zoom calls, or having socially distanced picnics, they are persistent and dedicated to their littles. Our challenges aren't over, but not even a pandemic can stop the great work we do in the community. Our youth need us now more than ever. We truly cannot do what we do without you and your continued support. It costs approximately $1,500 to fund a match for an entire year. If you can help us reach our goal of $100,000 tonight, we can support 67 matches over the upcoming year. Please help us reach our goal so we can continue to change the lives for the better forever. Now it's my pleasure to introduce you to Joe Long. Joe is from Mexico, Missouri, and was one of the first bigs to enroll in the program when it was started in 2006. He's a natural mentor and takes on this role informally as well as formally in the community. He's active in supporting the agency in any way he can, and I'm proud to announce that Joe is our 2020 Big of the Year. We've had this award waiting since March, as we were planning to present this to him during our Big Derby party, which joined the long list of canceled events due to COVID-19. Joe, at long last, congratulations.
I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Central Missouri for selecting me as Big of the Year. This is a great opportunity for me because I've worked really, really hard in trying to do the right thing for not just the organization, but for the city of Mexico, Missouri and Audrain County. So, from Joe Long, I want to say thank you, Big Brothers, Big Sisters.
Thank you, Joe, for changing the life of your little and being an example for fellow members of our Mid-Missouri community. The following video will show you a little more about the relationship between Joe and his current little, Zane. Zane is the third little Joe has formally mentored through BBBS. Among other things, Joe and Zane love visiting the local Y and burning off energy. Please enjoy.
So Zane, he's an 11-year-old. He is very smart. He loves to play baseball. He is very caring. He cares a lot about other people and their feelings. He loves to stand up for kids at school that are being bullied, and he's just an amazing kid. Zane's father and I, we got together at a very young age, and Zane's father has made some decisions that aren't so good, so I decided that that wasn't the best place for me to be with Zane's father. I thought it would be awesome to get into the Big Brother Big Sister program because I thought that it would help out for Zane to have somebody there physically that he can talk to that was not inside the family and was a male figure for him to be guided by.
The reason I really got into Big Brothers Big Sisters is because I reflected back on my childhood. Coming up, my dad wasn't really in the picture that much, and I had to rely on other guys in the neighborhood to help me out.
My first impression of Joe, he was playing baseball, and I really thought that was a good thing because Zane loved baseball, and I thought it'd be a perfect match for them because Zane would be able to find something in common with him and be able to open up.
My first encounter with Zane was a little difficult because Zane was a very shy individual. It took about an hour of just sitting, me talking, him listening, before we actually cracked the ice. The biggest change I've noticed in Zane is he's very outgoing now. He's very confident in himself, and he doesn't hold back. When he wants to tell you something or wants to do something, right now he'll come to me. Maya and I, we have a great relationship. She'll call and tell me about, the problems that he's having in school or even the problems that he's having at home.
I'm able to tell Joe, we didn't have such a good week at school this week, or reading has been tough, and Joe will take him to go do their big and littles, and then he would also have conversations with Zane, and Zane would come home and he'd realize that maybe that wasn't a good choice. I think Joe, being in the journey with Zane, they will always have a relationship together no matter what. Even when Zane gets older, that he would be able to still get a hold of Joe, and Joe will be there to give him the wisdom and the guidance that he needs. I don't think I could ever see anybody else for Zane because he loves Joe so much.
I look for Zane to be a game changer for the city of Mexico. He's got some ideas right now on what he wants to do, and how he wants to accomplish that even at the age that he's at. He's already influencing other individuals in his class and in the neighborhood around him. He takes time to teach. So I look for him to be a game changer for the city of Mexico.
I think I would tell somebody that would be thinking about becoming a big that it is a very good program and a lot of kids need their support, especially it takes an army to raise children now, and we don't have that.
If you look around in all these communities, there's a lot of individuals that have no one. With Big Brothers Big Sisters, that gives us an opportunity to have a focal point, to say, hey, look here, we can use them to build and branch out. So I say to those in the community, step up, be a big brother, be a big sister. You can change someone's life.
As you can see from Joe and Zane's special relationship, mentoring truly does matter and can change the life of a child. Thanks again, Joe, for your dedication to Zane and Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Missouri. If you are interested in becoming a big brother or big sister, we currently have over 130 kids waiting for a mentor like you. Please visit bigsofcentralmo.org to start the process of becoming a positive influence in a child's life. Again, that is bigsofcentralmo.org, or find us on Facebook. If you would like to support us financially, as Ann mentioned earlier, it costs us approximately $1,500 to support a match for an entire year. If you would like to make a donation, please go to the main bidding page and select Donate on the right-hand side. Any amount is very much appreciated. And don't forget, the auction closes at 8 p.m., so please continue to bid. Now we're going to take a short 3-minute break before we bring on Mizzou head football coach Eli Drinkwitz. So go ahead and grab some more snacks or another drink, and we'll be right back.
Thanks for being here tonight to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Countdown to Kickoff with Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Missouri. I'm Andrea Seeley, HR Director with Columbia Safety. We're the presenting sponsor for tonight's event, and we're very excited to have a long-standing relationship with this organization. We are proud to donate time, treasure, and talent to the community and to our youth, and we're excited to be a partner for Big Brothers Big Sisters as they continue to pave the way for mentorship for youth in our community. The event tonight is one of the ways that you can make an impact financially. There's a lot of other ways that you can participate as well. Being a big in our community for a little provides a long-standing relationship, a mentorship for future growth, and an impact that can carry the rest of their lives. Consider being a big. Consider making whatever financial donation that you might be able to make tonight. And no matter what you do tonight, thank you for all you do to support the youth of our community.
open up places, places. It's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look what I made it. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. I must be dreaming. What a way to do it. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. I must be dreaming. Hey, look what I made it.
Oh, and we're happy to be joined by the new head coach of the Mizzou football program, getting ready to start his first season in that position when the Tigers host Alabama on the 26th of September. Eli Drinkwitz joins us from his office at the Mizzou South End Zone Complex. And Coach, it's here. You're getting ready for the season opener. Camp started a couple of weeks ago. How's fall camp going so far as you prepare for the new season coming up here in just about a month?
You know, I like our team. They're trying to do what we're asking them to do. We're asking them to do some things that are different than what they've done in the past. And so they're eager. They're trying to please. We got a lot of work in so far, and we got a lot of work to go.
That's what camp's kind of like, isn't it? There's always something else to do, isn't it?
Yes, there's always more to work on. You know, we talked to our guys about always doing more than what's expected. And there's always something else that we can be working on to improve. And that's really the goal of fall camp. You know, average practice equals average skill set. We're trying to always push the envelope to have a better practice and practice those skills that we're going to need throughout the season.
Well, I know you and the staff and the players were really excited to get to camp because you didn't have the off season that you expected to have. But I'm curious, as you've been able to get more and more time, and especially hands-on time with practices, how have you seen the overall program grow as you've been able to have more of that one-on-one face time and really work with the guys?
Well, I mean, I think they're understanding and hearing our message more and more every single day. And that's important so that they can understand what we're going to be about moving forward. And not that what anything's done in the past was right, wrong. It's just this is what we're doing now moving forward. And we've all got to buy into that message. And you know, there's always those questions of, well, why do we have to do this or why do we have to do that? But now they're understanding the why. They see how we're organizing our practices, our fall camps, our, you know, every single thing that we have organizationally for them and structure-wise. And it's starting to fit together. And we've got, you know, we had a couple of good days and we got to keep stringing good days together.
And it's not just on the field; it's off the field also. I know you've done a lot to build chemistry with the team. Mm-hmm. You know, even when you did have to be physically distanced for a long time. Tell us about some of the ways that you built kind of that camaraderie and that team chemistry with different events and different things, both in person and over Zoom and stuff like this.
Yeah, you know, it's not the most talented team that wins. It's about being the best team and that collective group together. And so we've got to continue to work with our guys to really build in that when one person's successful, we're all successful. And when one person struggles, we all struggle, and we rally around each other. And we've done a lot of different things. We launched an initiative called Mizzou Impact, which is about helping prevent foster care, strengthening those who need help in the foster care system. Throughout 4 cities in the state, throughout 4 cities throughout the United States. And it's been a really impactful thing that's allowed our team to grow stronger together as a family. And we've, figure out who needs help each week and how can we help them and how much support can we give them. We've also done TKO Olympics, Tiger King Olympics, where we divided up our groups into unity teams and got to know each other on a deeper level than just the positions that we play. And we've had fun interactions. We've had costume contests. We've had bowling contests. We've had home run derbies and all the different things that you get to see people outside of that 120-yard square box that you go against them every day. So it's been fun. We've still got a lot of work to do, and we're still working every day to get to know each other better and see each other outside of just football players, but also as human beings.
It's really cool to hear about. And, we're having this event for Big Brothers, Big Sisters tonight, and mentoring is a big part of that program. It's a big part of what you do, coaching, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, I'm a firm believer in Ephesians 4:1. I urge you, brothers, to live a life worthy of the calling you've received. And basically what that means to me is that we've all been given a unique gift and ability, but it's not a finished product yet. We have to continually be challenged to grow into that best version of ourselves. And for me as a coach and our coaching staff, we're mentoring these young men to really chase two dreams, a life with football and a life after football. And while they're playing the game, we want them to excel and be the very best football player they can be. We want them to take advantage of the strength and conditioning, the nutritionists, the training room, the position coaches to really dive into those skill sets. But we all know that game ends for somebody, and we want them to also be the best version of themselves, get a degree, and be a functional contributor to society. That's why for us it was so important in June when we did our march or our walk to bring awareness to social justice, that we recognize that our young men are not just football players, they're people, and they're part of a community of Columbia. They're going to be part of neighborhoods when they get done with these schools, and we want these guys to understand that they're a huge part of this society. And we want them to be a good part of society. We want them to go and contribute in a positive way when they leave our campus.
And, you know, a big foundation is pride, passion, purpose. It's probably hard to go anywhere in the building that you're in right now without seeing those words on a wall or a folder or what have you. And, you know, explain what each of those things mean to you in your program and how you get that across to the guys.
Yeah, passion is that competitive fire inside of you. It wakes you up every morning and gives you that energy and jolt that you need. Purpose is, you know, passion without a purpose is a nightmare. You know, if you're just passionate about something, but you can't, you don't have an outlet, then you're just burning inside. And so what we want to do is identify what we're passionate about, and we want to put a purpose behind it, give these guys a direction and a goal. For us, that's the chasing of two dreams. And then once you're chasing those two dreams, it's about pride. For us, pride is an acronym: personal responsibility and daily excellence. We have a personal responsibility every single day to pursue excellence, to be the very best that we can be, to always compete, to do it better than it's done before, to build trust and respect, to do more than what's expected. And if we can do those things every single day, then we will accomplish our purpose, we'll fulfill our passion, and then you just have that flywheel effect of doing it better and better and better and better every time.
You obviously have a passion for what you're doing and dealing with and helping mold these players every day. Do you remember what it was that struck a chord with you once upon a time that said, you know, this is what I want to do. I want to coach. I want to affect young men's lives and get into this business?
Well, you know, football coach is what I do. It's not really who I am. Who I am is a husband, a father, and an influencer of people. And it just so happens that coaching football is the way that I'm able to do that at a high level. And I think that's what happened was in college, I figured out I'm pretty good at being around people. I enjoy being around people. I love the game of football. I think it teaches you so many great things. I think it's important to you know, mentor young men. And so I've had the opportunity to combine those two things into one. And that's really when it happened was in college, you know, figuring out that, hey, I want to be an influencer of people. And I'm pretty good at coaching football. And so let's see if these two things can match up. I got a love for the game. I got a love for the schematics and for the team concept and understanding that together we all achieve more than if we're separated. And so it kind of was the match.
I'm glad you mentioned that your job doesn't completely define you as a person, because I know you've got a supportive family, wife and daughters, and you know, how have they helped to support your professional dream and vice versa, your dream supporting your family?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be here without my girls. My wife, Lindsay. I've got 4 daughters: Addison, Emerson, Ella, and Parker. And really, they do a great job of supporting me and helping me with, one, coming home and being a dad first, and understanding that it's bigger than football, and I have a job and it can be stressful at times, but the most important job is at home, making sure I take care of first things first. And they've sacrificed a lot. You know, my daughters have gone to several different schools and have had to make adjustments. And so I appreciate the sacrifices my wife's had to move and make new friends everywhere she goes. You know, for me, I just put on a different polo. For her, she's got to adjust her whole life. And so I appreciate those sacrifices. And, you know, the way I try to support them is just, I try not to take my work home with me, not from a recruiting standpoint. I'm always on the phone recruiting, but from a stress standpoint. You know, if I've had a bad day or we threw 3 interceptions yesterday at practice, you know, I don't take that home. I work on, you know, in the car, just refocusing my mindset so that when I'm home, and I don't bring any negative energy there.
Let's talk a little bit about the team this year, the offense, that side of the football. You've got some great talent coming back, a lot of changes, of course, with you bringing in a new offense and a lot of new coaches. What are you seeing so far, and what do you expect and anticipate from the offense this year?
Well, I mean, obviously, we're expecting to compete at a high level. I mean, that's the goal. That's the name of the game. We're going to have some time. Offense takes a little bit of time to try to get everything in and try to execute. On offense, you got to have 11 people functioning at a high level for a play to have any chance to be successful. And so we really got some work to do with that. We do have some very talented players, but we've all got to come together. What I've seen so far is an eagerness, and we're testing these guys. We've got heavy installs. We've got a lot of stuff going on. And so we're really trying to test these guys and get it going. And it's going to be a challenge, but they're up for meeting that challenge.
Defensive side, lots of familiar faces on the coaching staff and on the field. Ryan Walters, defensive coordinator, comes back. What will stay the same? What will maybe be different on the defense this year?
Yeah, Ardub does a really good job. He's got a great handle on his scheme. It's a challenging scheme. He does a great job disguising his coverages and his blitz, and he's very sound and puts pressure on the offense to continually make plays. He doesn't give many layups, which is a lot of fun to watch and be a part of. I think you're always looking to grow. We're always looking to push the envelope, and I know our staff has done a really nice job during this pandemic time to come up with new schemes and things like that. So there's going to be some new natural organic growth to what we've been doing.
Well, you start off with Alabama here coming up in just under a month. It's a 10-game SEC schedule. It's a tough schedule, but I know you've talked in the past about wanting that challenge. How big of a factor was that coaching in the SEC in your initial decision to come here to Mizzou and take this job?
Yeah, I haven't, we've seen the schedule and come out. We're still in fall camp for us. We're trying to have the mindset of Mizzou's got to take care of Mizzou right now and focus on that. It's going to be a tremendous challenge, regardless of who we play, because of the work that we have to put in and make up for. Obviously, that was one of the big reasons I chose to come to Mizzou was the challenge of playing in the SEC. I mean, it's the best of the best, and we're going to have to continue to do a great job as coaches to recruit quality players that can compete at this level, and build a roster that's capable of playing in the SEC. And we're not quite there yet. We got some work to do.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. I don't want to keep you too much longer because I know you're busy getting ready for that tough SEC schedule coming up. But we'll just wrap up with, what are your overall goals and expectations as you get going here, year one, head coach of Mizzou football?
Yeah, for me, the goals and expectations are for us to really work on our core values every single day. Number one is always compete. We want to compete every single day to be the very best that we can be. And I don't know what that record's going to indicate. I don't know how that's going to play out. I just want to see a competitive team that every time they step on the field, they have a chance to compete. They're striving to improve. I want to see building trust and respect from player to player, coach to coach, and from our football team to the community. I want them to respect the effort and work that we put in, but they trust that we're going to represent this university in the right way. I want us to always do more than what's expected. I want us to be out in the community, community service. I want us to sit in the front row, have please and thank you, and make sure that we're representing this university with class. And then the last one's enjoy the journey. I want this to be a fun experience for our fans and players and coaches all alike. I don't know what the final record's going to be, and haven't worried about that. Don't have a goal of, we got to go out there and win this many games or that many games. I want to see us do those four things. And if we can do that on a daily basis and in games contest, I think the scoreboard will turn in our favor more than it won't.
Well, Eli, we appreciate your time here. We appreciate the support of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and look forward to seeing you get on the field here in about a month and start playing some football.
Thank you all very much. Hope you all have a great day.
Thanks,
MIZ.
ZOU.
Thank you all for attending tonight's event. We hope you enjoyed your evening, and it was a pleasure to host you. I want to give a special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Columbia Safety and Supply. I also want to thank KOMU's Ben Arnett and Mizzou head football coach Eli Drinkwitz for supporting Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Missouri at Countdown to Kickoff. Remember, the auction closes at 8 o'clock tonight, so you only have a few short minutes left. Thanks again for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful evening.